Hello and welcome to Wisdom Bites. Hope you're well. Thank you once again for joining us. Very much appreciated. It's very rare I get time to do updates during the week, so I just got some time today just to give you a little bit of an update from yesterday's video regarding the weekly chart for Bitcoin. And I said yesterday that if we can clear these bodies of the candle on the weekly candle close yesterday, which was this one here, then we're good to go towards the higher side. And as you can see, we've just closed yesterday, last night, above the red line here. So this is the first weekly close that we've had above the bodies of the candles here. So this is the first highest all-time close that we've had in this bull market. Another very important point to mention here is that you may be aware of chart patterns and chart candlestick patterns especially. And these three green candles is what is termed as the three white soldiers. And this is how to identify the three white soldiers. Firstly, to identify the three white soldiers pattern, we'll look for three consecutive green or white candlestick closes. Each must open and close progressively higher. The candlesticks should have big bodies and very small or no wicks. So what do they mean? It means that there is a steady advance of buying pressure following a downtrend. And as you know, we've had a downtrend for the last 3 or 4 months. Bullish patterns like these often signal a reversal of price movement. Some traders consider opening a long position to profit from any upward trajectory when they see the three white soldiers pattern. So there you have it. Yes, we've got the three white soldiers. We have a few wicks, but they're not very long. And this would suggest very strong upward pressure. So what we can see here is that the traders out there, they'll be looking at this and basically wanting to trade much higher. And while there is a little bit of bearish pressure, as I'm going to show you a little bit later on, these three green candles would suggest that a lot of buying pressure is going to be coming into the market very shortly in the next few weeks to make the price go much higher. I also showed you this total cryptocurrency chart, which includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other altcoins. And again, very similarly with the Bitcoin, we were hoping that the close last night would be above the previous close of the bodies of the candles over here. And as you can see quite clearly, we've closed above the neckline of the bodies of the previous candles. So this is the highest ever close for the total crypto market, which is currently at 2.5 trillion. So again, very good news. And certainly this cup and handle pattern, which we've drawn many times in the past, is now certainly breaking through, and we can expect a much higher total crypto market in the next few weeks and months. Now, quite a number of people are talking about the ETF approval, which we're expecting anytime soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. It is something that we should be aware of because some of the anticipation of the approval has been now baked into the price. So it follows that in the short term, we may get a little bit of a pullback. And the question is, how much of a pullback would we get before the uptrend starts again? The best way to do it is to put the trend lines in there. So currently we've got basically an ascending triangle here. And in yesterday's video, I drew this trend line, which took into account these support and resistance points. We can turn that into a red line so we know exactly where we are. So what we've got is really the resistance here, support, 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 and we're coming up to a strong resistance here as well. So this line is going to prove quite a strong trend line. And with the approval of the ETF imminent, it may well be that with this confluence of factors here, top of this trend line and finding resistance on here as well, there's quite a bit of confluence there, and others as well, because this is obviously a 61, 62 is the previous resistance points here as well. If we draw them in, there we go. So you can see that I've been calling for the 61,000 level for many weeks now, and so we've come up to those levels here. We're at 61,999, as you can see there. So we're very much close on there. So there's quite a lot of confluence of resistance here. And it may well be on the announcement, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but you would expect it because there's a little bit of price that's baked into this rising trend that we have in anticipation of the approval for the ETF. And the thing is, where would it be able to come back to? Well, certainly this strong trend line here at the bottom, if there is a deeper pullback, then I would expect it to come back and rest around here, which is around about the $50,000 mark here. And that would be a very good opportunity to buy on the dip. So the levels of support we can actually rely on based on the price actions that we've had here. is basically going to be this level here and this level here. And the reason for that is that we made this neckline over here. Once we got past this neckline, we came to this resistant point here before we found support at exactly at this neckline again here. So as we're going up and finding resistance here, the natural place for Bitcoin to come back down to would be the previous neckline here. The old resistance then becomes support. So this would be a natural place. So if you haven't already got in and you're looking for a price to get in with Bitcoin, then the price around the 52,000 is a natural place to actually buy the dip here. So basically, if you haven't already got in here and got the benefit of this rise, you could wait for the pullback to these levels if it comes, and that would be a fantastic entry point. A quick look at the RSI. As we can see, it's now just peeped its head above the 70 level, so it's really looking quite bullish. Most people think that once we get into the 70 mark, that's the time to sell. If I show you this, when we entered here above the 70, the price was over here. When we exited this here, the price had gone up to these levels. So the time to get out is when the price comes back from above the 70 to below the 70. Otherwise, you would miss this amount of the move. The other thing to note is that we're not really making a divergence here because we're both making a higher high in both the chart for the price as well as the RSI. So again, that's looking bullish. So basically, in essence, we've crept above the neckline from over here. We're looking bullish. We've got the three white soldiers. We're expecting the price to move up towards our 100,000 short-term target. However, we're going to get little pullbacks along the way, and the current price at around about the 61, 62 may prove to be a pullback area, and maybe the trigger for that could be the ETF approval. So selling on the news, buying on the rumor type of principle. And the pullback to look out for from there would be around about the $52,000 mark. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the quick update. And if you found value in it, then please do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.